you are live.
Great. Welcome everyone to Senate Education Thursday, May 9th, 12:07. This is actually a committee of conference on S204, the literacy bill. We have our House counterparts with us. And what we have, what we're going to do is we are going to talk a little bit. I'm going to take us through our questions and concerns. Then you guys can all break, consider them, and then we'll come back hopefully sometime this afternoon. This fine 15, 20 minutes here. So, section 1, we were comfortable with your findings, but we would also like to keep ours. And I know I'm watching the clock, because you'll be on the floor in about 10 minutes. So just go through them and then we can do questions. Section 2, this is okay with us. And I'm going to, Senator Jewett will interrupt me if we are wrong. Section 2C, we are not okay. We would like to return to our screening language. Making our way through. Section, when you're ready, I'm going to go too quickly and let you represent the three. You're good? Section 6, we would like removed.
So everything up between.
Everything between that and, sorry, go ahead. For Julie.
I'm on page 4. I think we need to have a conversation about pre-queuing.
Pre-queuing, yes, thank you. I believe that is part of C, correct me if I'm wrong. D, I'm sorry, so C and D. We would like to keep our language. Correct, yeah. I think later we will. Let me just highlight a few things. So then I'm going through and I'm seeing everything as being okay until we get actually to our page 8. This is S204. House rep. Nope, we're still good. We're still good. We're going to go with that. Good. Section 6 we would like removed. Section 7 is fine with us. And then if you go all the way to page 12, we get into membership, etc. You've moved it up to 10. Fine with us. And then I think we are fine with everything else. So, you want to talk about 2 things for a second?
Yeah, I'm happy to.
That'd be great.
I know that folks are a little loath to what is being called put a ban on something. Our language isn't exactly a ban. It sort of points to a ban, but it's not an actual ban. My feeling on this is simply that I know that the legislature doesn't typically get involved in curriculum or teaching methods, and I completely understand that and honor that. I feel as though with my years of experience, with the research that I've done, with the deep dive I've done on literacy, the literacy instruction for some reason is a bit of an aberration when it comes to pedagogy. I feel as though to a certain extent it was co-opted by this woman in New Zealand who sort of promulgated this methodology, this whole language method of teaching that has simply been debunked as a viable method. And I feel as though this is, again, an aberration. I feel that it's appropriate for us in this instance to stand up and make a statement, a clear statement that this is not acceptable. And I feel as though not only folks who are advocates for science-based reading instruction support this, but even folks who've been taught in the whole language method, who have now realized that they were taught incorrectly how to teach reading. And it's actually a problem for them as well. So I do feel it's important for us to be strong on this issue, and I really hope that you consider supporting our language.
Any responses with that? You wanna,
I-
because we were getting a ton of emails on.
Yeah,
that also.
as
Yeah,
are we.
yeah.
Yeah, I think we'll talk and
Okay.
come back this afternoon.
Okay,
Yeah,
great.
I have a question about, you said removing section 6.
Yeah.
Which is an effective date that was put in deliberately to give a longer runway. And so are you suggesting that the effective date for,
Oh, thank you.
16 VSA 2903 would be upon passage for everyone here, public and approved independent?
Thank you. Returning to our section 6 is what we'd like. So we have section 6, all approved independent schools shall develop a grade level appropriate school literacy plan pursuant to 16 VSA on or before junior grade. But thank you.
I think my only other questions, I think, other house members want to jump in at the moment would be, and this is the small stuff, section 1 and the findings would be, I think we were hopeful of framing things in a positive, and so, or being more clear, so perhaps we can come back to it, but number 2, half of Vermont students are still out of below proficiency. I guess could we be more specific about what measure we're using there, where that data is from, since that sounds like a pretty sweeping
Sure.
declarative, and then again, small potatoes,
Yeah.
but something like outdated practices linger in classrooms feels sort of like a pretty subjective statement findings.
Sure, we can talk about those stuff.
Those are small, but
Yeah.
I think we'll need to
Sure, we're happy to talk about
look
that.
more closely at the language, so
I would say, I think, the committee did feel strongly around number 2 in particular, but we can
like
we can-
are we
we can-
talking
yeah,
about NAEP, are we talking about a year of data,
absolutely, yeah.
what measures?
give some kind of,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay, so to clarify,
Yeah.
and for us to go back and discuss, you would prefer in section 2, subsection C, your screening language.
Correct.
So the material, probably the biggest difference here being specific dyslexia screeners. Is that good? Okay.
Also, I was a little confused by, what published guidance meant. I wasn't really sure.
Sure. Where, are you in C?
Sorry,
See.
I'm on a different.
Okay.
Never mind.
Okay,
Oh, I know where you're.
Yeah, you got it.
Okay.
Okay.
all right, so
So,
that,
yeah, that's C.
obviously, we know that, a lot of feelings around queuing,
Yeah.
and for us to discuss further, section 6. So section 6, you're suggesting that we remove all of the requirements.
Return to our language for section 6.
Okay, does it
That's-
change then other pieces? So I guess we'll have to look through some
Okay.
conforming
Mhm.
changes
I
that
believe
they
it will.
impact.
I believe it will.
And we had specifically narrowed this to approved independent schools eligible to receive public tuition. So we're not sweeping in all schools.
Right, no,
We're just sweeping in education fund dollars.
Yeah.
Public dollars.
yeah, I can say we did spend a lot of time with folks in the independent school community working on the language that we put forward.
And then that was it, right?
Yeah, that was
Anything else?
it. I think we were in agreement with pretty much everything else. We're fine with the membership. We're okay with that. Yeah, I think otherwise we're okay. I'll just say, given Senator Weeks's absence, he may have additional things, but for now, why don't we recess
All right,
and
yes.
we'll plan to come back.
Pretty substantial things sort
Yeah.
of to work through.
Yeah,